Fitzmaurice, Deputy Fitzmaurice.
And first of all, my condolences to Deputy Doherty and to yourself and indeed the TDs from Donegal on the tragic loss of 4 young people over the weekend. First of all, to Deputy Doherty, I will support this bill. I think it's a good bill. I can't understand something that's in the Code of Practice and still that we don't want to do something about it in here that basically gives it a bit of power. I listened to Deputy Kenny, and my God, in 2 years, I don't know what has happened, or is it that he's reeled out that the senior civil servants hand you a page and you have to read it out, whatever BS is on it, that you have to read it out. Because it is absolutely not the same person that I knew 2 years ago. When we sat in front of you, Minister, within at a table, and I spent about 80 days up and down the road for all the good it done me, and the first thing that was agreed with your officials, or Minister Noonan at the time, was that distress mortgages in the first 2 days, people that were in distress mortgages, it was agreed that first of all, before any bank could go to the courts, there would have to be a situation where a split mortgage or mortgage to rent was offered. Did we see it since? Absolutely not. I hope, Deputy Doherty, that they don't do the usual trick and that we're not wasting our night in here by doing this money order and send it to their good buddies that they've been over in Davos and all these places with over the last week or two, their buddies in Brussels that wants to bring in other legislation to make sure that all loans that banks has can be sold on to vulture funds. There is no doubt about it from what we've heard tonight, Minister. Minister Noonan put it on the record, and I think with what you are saying now and the Taoiseach, you're lovers of vulture funds. That's a sad thing. When I hear the stuff that came out in a report tonight from what Deputy Kenny read out, because I don't think he believes the stuff that he read out, that vultures are better. Well, let's be very clear. If the bank sells on your loan of your mortgage, a vulture will not offer you a split mortgage. That's the bottom line. Let no one be caught in themselves. They look for demand of money. And yeah, do you know what? If you have one house and you're willing to get to hell out of it, yeah, you'll probably get a write down if the loan was bigger than the house is worth. What about? Well, I'll tell you what, Minister. If you have a person or people with a young family, that option isn't very freely available for them. And this is what we are saying to the people of Ireland. And there doesn't seem to be any sympathy at all in trying to do anything. Over the last weekend, what I saw on both social media and in the papers, and let me be very clear on this, a bill was brought in here and John McGuinness was the man that put it in. I supported it, Deputy McGrath here in front of me, that Ed Honohan put together. It is a sad thing to say that someone that checks paperwork now, that tries to make sure that it's a level playing field, that's all that we're looking for, or anybody is looking for, that they are consigned and made sure that they won't handle it again, for whatever reason. A person that a lot of people would have put faith in as being given a bit of fair play to everybody on both sides of this argument. This isn't just one way. And what has happened over the weekend, in my opinion, is disgusting. I am just flabbergasted that the government will not support this bill. We have seen throughout the country, and we need even stronger legislation. This is for people to stay in their family home. As Father McVerry told us a week ago, that there's 12,000 buy-to-lets. That even if you aren't worried as you're not about the person that owns the house, what about the people that are living in it, which will be 24 or 30,000 people? And we know the situation we have at the moment on homelessness. Are we more worried about what Goldman Sachs made? I see it today, what they made as vultures. Are we worried? Are we lovers of promontoria? Are we lovers of all these vulture funds around the world? and be the good kids of Europe to make sure that we'll get our loan books down and we'll say, yes, sir, oh yeah. But this scaremongering is used then, that we will turn round and we will lose, or that interest rates have to be higher and all these other different scenarios. Well, there's always a solution for a bank. If they're selling it to Promontoria or Goldman Sachs or whoever, they can always say to the person, if they do want to get rid of it, sure, look, we'll give you 40 or 50% of a write-down. Your options are always there. And is it a wrong thing to say, well, you have to agree. The first day when you go in, you sign your name to the loan. You've done a deal with whoever, whichever bank you've done it with. And then they decide to sell something on. We need to have a bit of realisation in this country. If I buy something, I'm not going to be selling it down the road again. I take the risk on it. Banks have been bailed out in this country to the tune of 65 billion. There was scaremongered and don't know what credit unions would do or not do. They didn't get near the money. They only used a few million. But we seem to have this psyche in our head that whatever the ECB say, whatever the central bank says, and whatever the Department of Finance says, oh yeah, well sure, look at what the banking sector has to be left tax-free, make sure they make plenty of money. If there's anything that looks dodgy, sell it on to someone else out of this country. Make sure that our country is owned by foreigners. That's what we're more worried about than looking after men, women and children in our own country. It is deplorable what's going on, and over the weekend, I'm not a conspiracist, I do believe that it's been stacked against the ordinary person what I saw, what happened at Honan over the weekend. Thank you very much.